This video is brought to you by Pepsi. I asked if I could get a Coke sponsorship, and they said, "Is Pepsi okay?" No, of course it's brought to you by you. Support the habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. About 11 years ago, I went on a date with this woman who told me, "Oh, they could never replace me at my job. They'd be completely screwed if I left." I asked what she did, and she told me she worked at the shoe company. Now, some of you may not know what that is. It's literally the only shoe store I've ever been in where all of the stock is on the floor. You don't need a single person to help you find a size. If it's not there, they don't got it. She could have been replaced with a sign. Of course, I was hoping to get my weed pulled, so I didn't tell her that. I just smiled and nodded. But anyway, everyone knows someone who thinks that A, what they do is oh so incredibly important, and B, that their job is more difficult than everyone else's. And it's always the people who do have the hardest jobs who I never hear bitch about it. Like, I went on another date that year with a girl who worked in a halfway house with people with head injuries who would bite her. Often. And she was like, "Yeah, it happens. The tip is to always lean into it. Never pull away." She said this like she was explaining how to heat up soup in a microwave. But anyway, you know who loves to complain about their very unimportant job? Streamers. I actually almost did a video about this 2-3 years ago. I had come across this article from the Wall Street Journal in 2021 titled, "Twitch live streamers say playing games is hard work," and opens with this. After 12 hours of playing and chatting about video games in front of an online audience, Jamie Brawson could barely move a muscle. "I woke up the next day with no voice, puffy eyes, and my whole body was sore," said the 29-year-old, who was trying to grow her fan base last year as a live streamer on the popular app and website Twitch Interactive. She now limits her 4 broadcasts a week to no more than 6 hours each. What might seem like a dream job for some, getting paid to entertain strangers by playing video games or doing just about anything else while people watch on a live stream, isn't as easy as it looks. Now listen, I spent years broadcasting for 8 hours or more in my real boy job days. And sure, it comes with its challenges. But I can tell you right now, I never complained. You know why? Because no one wants to fucking hear it. You sit in a chair and say words, or sometimes say nothing at all while you watch other people's videos with your chat. No one who has an actual hard job, like construction workers, or nurses, or plumbers, or shit, even fast food workers, retail workers, who are on their feet 8 hours a day dealing with the cuntiest Karens this side of Vagland, is gonna sympathize with you. But this was thrust into the spotlight again recently when popular political streamer Hasan Piker shared his struggles. I'm gonna play the clip for you that he says got taken out of context. Then I'll explain the context, which actually makes it worse.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
He then shared a longer clip in which he goes on to say that no other job, except for maybe retail, drains your social battery like streaming does. And he tweeted that, "I can't socialize after." Oh, Hasan is too worn out from talking to a chat to spend time with his real friends after quote-unquote work. The funniest part is that as he's doing this, people are still giving him money. We see it pop up a bunch of times as he was interrupted from, as we can see, looking at TikToks on Reddit. Some guy balancing empty orange juice cartons on his nose. And he's got a YouTube video tab open too. This is the job that sucks the soul out of you more than any other job. Like, I knew a nurse once who came to the boxing club to train after a shift in which she had to massage a dude's heart in his open chest to try and get it pumping again. She wasn't able to, and he died with his heart literally in her hand. She decided to go home halfway through the class, and I didn't blame her for 1 second. Meanwhile, Hasan's saying, "Hey, sorry, I can't hang out tonight, guys. I had to talk about the guy who balances orange juice on his nose today. Oh, I'm fucking wiped." And for those of you who like this guy, who defend him, first off, yeah, great. I'm glad he's used his platform for good. Second, I know you're gonna say he wasn't comparing it to other jobs, he was just sharing how he feels about his job, even though he absolutely was comparing it to other jobs, including one he had before. You know what his old job was that he's comparing Twitch streaming to? Working for his uncle at the Young Turks, getting advertisers for them. I've known many people who had sales jobs where they received no salary, just a commission. If they don't sell, they don't eat. Hell, I did that for a summer. I lived off 2 boxes of Twinkies for a week once. Split a pack, one for breakfast and one for dinner, because we were in a shitty town doing zero business. I guarantee you that was never Hasan's case. Anyway, some other famous streamers came to his defense, including Asmon Gold, a man who had a clip recently appear in which roaches crawl all over him mid-stream because he doesn't clean his fucking room. Absolute disgrace. And a girl named Denims, who said, as someone who has worked 12-hour shifts with a 4-hour commute while going to uni full-time, streaming is easily the hardest job I've had. The post-stream social exhaustion is so real, I don't know how anyone could do it every day. After she got ratioed to hell and back, she went to her alt account to tweet, talks about my personal experience about how taxing streaming is versus other jobs. My job is harder. Streaming is actually really easy. Incredible sight, my apologies for thinking that my tweet wouldn't leave the target audience. I mean, I guess you're right. Being a public figure is hard if you can't handle the fact that people won't kiss your ass and call it ice cream for every single take you have. And yeah, I get it. I can tell you right now, I worked for, 20-some years before I was lucky enough to be able to do a dose of Buckley full time. And I can tell you that, yes, in fairness, it's not harder, but it has its own set of stresses. I get it. The reason these people stream for so long and daily, why some of them apparently don't eat or sometimes don't take bathroom breaks, is because they're so worried that if they leave their audience to their own devices for even a second, those people will go find something else to watch and never come back. Yeah, learning to deal with audience fluctuation or drop-off is a type of stress you can't expect people with real jobs to understand. I don't talk about this, but I'm fucking stressed constantly. You know what my number one stress is? It's not creating content. I love that part. It's not talking with people. I'm in my Discord and I reply to comments and interact with people on Twitter daily. It's not even the negative comments. That shit's like water off a duck's ass. No, my number one stress is when YouTube keeps fucking over my reach, watching my channel slowly die and knowing that, at some point, I'm gonna have to go back to working a real 9-to-5 job. Because they're harder. Every 9-to-5 job is harder than being a content creator. And I'm not saying that to pander to you working guys and gals. The best damn audience in the whole fucking world, am I right? I'm saying it because I've done both. And this one is way more fun than every other job I've ever done. And I can tell you right now, if Hasan thinks this drains his battery and sucks his soul, he wouldn't last 3 hours waiting tables during the dinner rush at a fucking Olive Garden. But he should do it and film it. I'm telling you right now, that'd be better content than whatever bullshit these people do all day. So, people complaining that streaming is hard. Yeah, I get it. There are hard parts to it. Oh, is it mentally exhausting to spend 8 hours a day sitting at your computer, watching other people's videos or playing video games or providing some blithering commentary on whatever's going on in the news, hoping you don't say something stupid that gets clipped and posted online for a bunch of people to mock? Good. It better feel hard. Because the people who support you, the people who earn the money they give you by working their jobs you claim aren't as soul-sucking, they're coming home stressed out of their fucking minds, exhausted from their day physically, emotionally. They just sat in traffic for an hour. Now they gotta make something to eat. Their kids are fighting. The cat shit on the rug. They have to choose between getting the hot water heater or the dryer fixed this month because they don't have the money to do both. And you know what the last thing they want from their entertainment is? Someone who's richer than them, whose entire job is just to have fun, going, "Whoa, this is hard. I don't have the energy to chat with my friends after this because my social battery is drained from my day of fostering parasocial relationships with people, so they'll give me their Twitch bits and make me even fucking richer." If you need to complain to someone, pay for a therapist. But don't make your audience your therapist. They already got a job, and it's harder than yours.